It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
A December chill is in the air coming off of Lake Erie, but folks here bundled up, ready for football at Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it will be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Running right, Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Out to his left. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On 1st and 10, McCarthy. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now. Back deep, James Prochet. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. So here comes the Browns offense with a long field ahead. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Two. But only 2 yards to show for it. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And again, it's Chubb. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Powell on the return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Off play action. McCarthy completes this to Addison out left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. Off the play fake. McCarthy finds his tight end Oliver here outright. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. On the comeback route, he's got Jefferson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
Yeah, one job over there.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Back to throw. McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can click and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Quickly to Addison here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. We get a break here for an injury. Aaron Jones is in some discomfort down in the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a... And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. On the return is Powell. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Throwing on 3rd and long. McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Back to throw. McCarthy. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Winston. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Winston. Escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Winston. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. He lets one go deep for Addison. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
That is caught by Thielen. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. Throwing on first down. McCarthy. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Back to throw again. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. A final shot before break. McCarthy to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Welcome back, halftime. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And no thought of a return here for Hines. The Browns offense set to go to... third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. Down to the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Judy, 76 yards. And the Browns have got it back to within a score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
On first down, McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. Off play action, McCarthy. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Up the middle, Jones. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McCarthy. That is caught. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Get a look at Jerry Judy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3. the 50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Watson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll look to throw here. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be fielded at the 17. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. An inside give to Jones. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
And the Vikings 1st down.
They'll go again to Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Oliver. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. On 1st down, it's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Watson now to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Watson gets this over the middle to Tillman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Watson looks to throw again. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the gun, here's Watson. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly. And what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
The extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Here's a jet sweep. This is Addison. Fights for it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to stretch out their lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Now the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out, but probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
To throw on second is Watson. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. Down to the 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Oh, and did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. The Browns drive about to get started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Automatic first down.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Watson. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
To throw, Watson.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Hopkins' kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
They've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
And he will have a Viking 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the 1st half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.